I think this is recording. We shall see. Can you guys see a recording thing up in the corner or anything like that? Yes. Okay, good. I cannot see it on mine. Yay. Okay, guys, I'm so excited for this topic because so much of the time we feel like we don't have a warm market anymore. Maybe you feel like you have been in this business for a while and you're like, I have no one else to talk to. And maybe you're a new ambassador and you're like, I have a warm market, but like, who are they? Like, what is a warm market? Like, how can I capitalize on this? So tonight we're talking all about warm market. So let's just dive in. So tonight, we're going to have 3 strategies that you can use and implement in your business. But before we kind of get started on this, I want to talk about, what is a warm market? What is a cold market? So a a cold market is just someone that you really don't know. It's someone you haven't really come in contact with. Sometimes we become friends with people on social media, but we don't know from where. So these are people that you don't know, but you eventually want to get to know. So a warm market, though, these are people that like you have had prior contact with them, you've engaged with them before, they know of you, you are not complete strangers to them. So these are more your family, your friends, coworkers, neighbors. If you have kids, these are those parents that you come across at school. So that is what a warm and cold market is, just to cover the basis of those before we really dive in. So let's talk about this. So how many of you actually feel like you have ran out of people to talk to? Maybe you feel like you've burned out your warm market. People have said yes and they've become customers, or maybe they said no. Maybe you've made some big mistakes along the way. Maybe you feel like you've actually burnt some bridges. Eek, I've been there too. Maybe you've also felt like you've lost confidence in that you just don't have people to talk to, or lost confidence to even talk to people. Or maybe you feel like you've completely wrecked your warm market, like completely shattered it, and you don't even know where to start. Hey everyone, if you're jumping on this call, can you please mute your microphone so that this recording comes off really well? Thank you. So this may be you who I'm talking to tonight. Maybe you feel like you completely wrecked your warm market, and you struggle with this limiting belief. And when I say limiting belief, like I really do think that this is a red light story that you're telling to yourself. Ugh, I don't have anyone to talk to. No one wants to hear what I have to say. This is a limiting belief. But if this is not you and you're like, no, I think I have an okay warm market right now, this is to prepare you to help someone on your team who is going to end up struggling with this eventually, because I really do believe we have all struggled with this at one point or another. So let's get to strategy 1, rebuilding your warm market. So when you joined, were you a puppy who was peeing in every corner? Like you were that person who was like lifting a leg to every single person you came across and was like, plexus this, plexus that, join my team, buy my slim, like whatever that was, and you were just going room to room, person to person, lifting a leg, claiming your territory, and you're like, these are my people. Maybe you were super salesy and used icky verbiage because all you wanted was for people to join your business or buy your products. Maybe you sent messages asking how people are doing, asked about their kids, that you saw a vacation picture and you're like, oh my gosh, your vacation looked wonderful, blah, blah, blah. But your only objective was to talk about your business. Like you genuinely did not care about this conversation. Or how about when Karen said no to your business, so you stopped talking to her altogether because that was the only thing you wanted from her? A yes. So are you catching my drift? Remember, guys, our goal is to not get someone to join or buy our products. The goal is to educate. We have an opportunity that is unlike anything else out there right now. We have supplements that are way ahead of the game because it focuses on gut health. So what our sole purpose is of being an ambassador is to educate, not push, sell, buy this, buy that. So just remember, education is key for this. So if you're feeling like you were that puppy who peed on everyone at the party, in every single room, in every corner, step one is this. Go apologize. And I know a lot of us have actually started to do this and we're on to step one. And, it's a humbling experience. But if apologizing in your business is new to you, here's some key verbiage that you can use to help you get this kind of started for you. So you can say something like this. Hey, it's clear I made you uncomfortable. And that was not my intention. I was just too excited, too fired up. I didn't really know what to say, and I assumed too much. If I made you uncomfortable, I apologize. Again, that wasn't my intention. I want us to be friends, and I never want to make you feel uncomfortable. I hope you can forgive me. So that's a good way you can start. Hey guys, if you're just jumping on this call, please mute your microphone so that I can get a clear recording for this. Thank you. So after you apologize, step two is this: be a giver. Don't have an agenda for people to see what you can get from them. Be the person who connects people, who solves people's problems, who goes out of their way to serve someone. So how can you add value to someone, you might be thinking? So first of all, maybe you're on a keto diet and your friend is also on the keto diet and you found this bomb recipe that you need to share with her because they love it. That's adding value to someone. How about you come across a story, a testimony that you're like, oh my gosh, like she needs to hear this story. It'll blow her mind. Share that story with them. Maybe you found a Kohl's coupon laying around your house and you're not going to use it, but your friend across the street loves Kohl's. How about you slip that coupon in her mailbox so she can go shopping? Or how about you have a friend who's having a really bad day and you know all about it? How about you send her a virtual Starbucks gift card for a cup of coffee just to make her day a little bit better? That is adding value to people. And honestly, adding value is just showing random acts of kindness. It's a movement. It's something that's so beautiful. So step two is just be a giver. And step three, when it's appropriate, approach people for support. So this actually works extremely well if you're a new ambassador. But if you are someone who is rebuilding their warm market and have gone through the steps of apologizing, giving, adding value, serving others, you can actually approach them using something like this. I'm not going to approach you about the business that I have, even though I'd like for you to understand what it is that I do. But it would mean the world to me if you would be a customer of mine, even for a short period of time. I have this challenge box that you can get a 3-day supply of 4 of our top products for $20. All I want for you to do is try the products and see what you think of them. I promise I'm not asking for a long-term commitment. If you end up liking it, please tell me and I'll show you how to be a long-time customer where you'll get more bang for your buck. But if you don't enjoy it, that's not a problem. You can consider your support for me complete just by trying the products for 3 days. Would you do that for me? So how about that, guys, for strategy one? These are a couple different things that you can do, a couple different steps you can take to kind of start the process of rebuilding your warm market. So for strategy two, what we're going to talk about next is jogging our memory. So when was the last time you legit jogged your memory? Thought of every single person you've ever come in contact with, have talked to, have ever crossed paths in your life. When was the last time you thought about all of those people? Don't feel overwhelmed. I have a solution for you. I actually have a tool that I mentioned in the post earlier that you'll get for free. Don't have to worry about it because I actually got it for free from one of my business mentors from early on in my own journey. So I'm going to be able to share that with you and I'll share it in our team page after this call is over so you can print it out and use for your advantage. But a couple of the things that get the brain juices flowing is, how about your parents' friends? All of the friends that your parents have you talked to each and every one of those friends? What about all the confident people that you know? Have you talked to all those confident people? Think about it. Who do you know drives a Dodge? I know it's pretty silly, right? But these are people that are in your warm market that you haven't thought of until you start seeing these examples and you're like, I know people in this category. So jogging your memory is strategy 2. Strategy 3, the last strategy, is moving your cold market to your warm market. So if you went through, strategy 1, strategy 2, this is where you need to go next. So this is actually where the fun really begins, because it's all about finding new prospects. So first of all, though, I need you to be open-minded about something. There is more potential for you on Instagram versus Facebook. And I know I might have triggered a few of you, but I'm here to trigger. And let me tell you, Facebook is dying. You are going to have a really hard time meeting new people on Facebook. And a lot of it is because hashtags really don't work on Facebook. You are maxed out on how many friends you can have on Facebook. And honestly, guys, a lot of people aren't on Facebook anymore. Instagram is really where it's at, because you can have as many followers as you want. You can follow as many people as you want. Hashtags is the name of the game on Instagram, and you are open to finding so many new people. So let's dive in. So on Instagram, like I said, you are able to maximize hashtags to the fullest. Hashtags. So you are able to search anything and find new people to connect with on a regular basis. So I'm actually going to show you how to use hashtags to your advantage. So first of all, what you're going to want to do is go to your Instagram app and open it up. Next, you're going to want to go to that search bar, and at the very top, go to tags and type in a hashtag you want to research. The one that I'm going to be using here is trigeminal neuralgia, which is a nerve disorder if you've never heard of it. But I went to that hashtag and I then went to recent instead of top, and I'm able to find new people through this hashtag that maybe struggle with trigeminal neuralgia. So that's how you can actually search hashtags on on Instagram if you haven't done that already. So you want to search hashtags that fit your niche. So a niche is a specialized or focused area of a broader topic that you can search to differentiate yourself from anyone else. It kind of makes that broad topic very narrow. So niching down is very important to be able to reach your target audience. So this is where you want your personal story to come into place when it comes to this business and what these products have done for you, because this is where you, believe it or not, are an expert. So for example, my broad topic of my story is a nerve disorder, but my niche is trigeminal neuralgia, because the strongest part of my story revolves around this nerve disorder. So Kira, I know you're on this call. Your niche is like twin mom, or even more specific, boy twin mom. For those of you who have gut health issues, you can niche down to IBS. Maybe you're a person who's all about positive things and self-love, but your niche is body positivity specifically. So think about it. What is it about your story that makes you stand out? That is the type of hashtags that you want to use. And what's actually, I forgot to add this into my slide here, but what you can do is once you type in a hashtag in the tag section of Instagram, it will umbrella other hashtags that relate to that tag that you researched. So you're able to find a broad a range of just hashtags that you can continue to niche down and use. So now that you have a hashtag, it's time to find the genuine Instagram accounts. And when I say genuine, I mean make sure they show their face and not just a page of graphics. Make sure that they regularly post on their page or have stories that you can go engage on. And PS, a little side note here, it doesn't matter how many followers they have. If they are human, go connect. It's all about connecting here. So now that you found a couple people you want to connect with, now you're like, well, what do I say to them? Guys, don't overthink this. It's very simple. just start a conversation with them. Make sure you don't bring up Plexus. This is not about Plexus. We just want to connect with human beings. So talk about their latest post and what you loved about it, what resonated with you. Talk about their Instagram story. Maybe you go ahead and respond to their story and be like, no, I feel the same way about this topic, or just go engage with them in general. So the goal here is to connect. You want to connect with another human being on a platform. So as you connect, you will build a relationship with them. Like, that is inevitable. So make sure you don't start a conversation and forget to check your inbox or forget to respond back to them. I have done this a bajillion times in the past, and it's so hard to reconnect once you've been disengaged for a while. It's so hard to reconnect that engagement and that just relationship when you've been gone for far too long. So be interested in what they're talking about and sharing. Chances are, if you engage with them, they're going to engage back with you. They're going to start commenting on your posts. They're going to start keeping an eye on you. And actually, the way the algorithm goes, the more you engage with that person, the more you're going to show up in each other's feeds and stories across the top of your Instagram. So engagement is key with the algorithm. So the more you engage with them, the sooner you can move them from your cold market to your warm market. So the goal here, as your relationship build with them, you want to build up that trust. Trust is so important. So guys, you can do this, I promise. If you apply one or even all of these strategies, I guarantee that you will build or rebuild your warm market. Do not overthink these strategies. Take it step by step, strategy by strategy, and just choose one and give it a try. So that is how we deal with our warm market, guys. That's how we build and rebuild. Do you guys have any questions about anything at all? I'm actually going to stop this recording here so we can actually discuss if we need to.